XCorr Flat Patch is a composite repair product designed to seal leaks on tank walls or on pipes of very large diameter. The repair is constructed using a technical felt, carbon fiber reinforcements, and a two-part epoxy resin. The application of XCorr Flat Patch requires the field wet out of the fabrics with specific quantities of fully mixed epoxy resins and a unique compression scheme during the cure cycle. As a reminder, safety glasses and protective gloves and clothing should be worn at all times when working with these materials. Should epoxy resin directly contact skin at any point, the area should be immediately cleaned with a damp soapy cloth or alcohol wipe. Before beginning work with the composite materials, remove all pressure from the system and fully prepare an area of the wall slightly larger than the 10-inch by 10-inch patch. Next, cover a flat surface with the provided plastic, secure to the surface with tape, and place the felt and carbon fiber patches on the plastic. Prepare the epoxy for dosing by removing the retaining nut and end plugs from the cartridge and attaching the supplied static mixer with the same retaining nut. Insert the dual cartridge of epoxy into the dispensing gun. Instructions for the use of the pneumatic gun are covered in a separate video. Slowly dispense resin from the cartridge, filling the static mixer. Once filled, dispense about 50 milliliters or about 1/4 cup of resin into a waste container to achieve complete mixing. Consult the provided instructions for the different quantities of resin to be used for the felt and carbon fiber. Evenly dispense the required resin across the surface of both the felt and the carbon fiber. Using the provided spreader, work the resin into the fabric using long strokes and downward pressure. In the process, take care not to damage the edges of the carbon fiber patches. Work the resin to the edges, but avoid pushing excess resin onto the plastic. When no dry spots remain, split the fabrics and repeat the process. When all fabrics have been wetted, begin by applying the felt directly over the leak site. Using the spatula provided, apply a uniform downward force across the felt to ensure complete contact between the epoxy wetted felt and the surface. Repeat the process by applying carbon patches directly over the felt. Finally, apply the supplied plastic film over the outermost carbon patch, using a clean spatula to compress all layers of the composite together and against the substrate wall. To complete the application, secure a semi-rigid plate over the repaired area using a set of ratchet straps. Straps should be oriented in a direction which follows the curvature of the surface. If straps are not long enough to reach around the entire circumference, it is possible to use ropes to extend their length or magnets to limit the required span. Once in place, tighten the straps to apply compression to the composite repair and leave in place until the epoxy has cured. Once cured, the straps, semi-rigid plate, and plastic cover film can be removed. Discard the unwanted materials and touch up any areas of prepared surface not covered by the patch. It is important that protective gloves and clothing be worn throughout the cleanup procedure. Wipe down the dispensing gun to remove unmixed or uncured resin. Carefully discard empty cartridges, mixers, spreader, and plastic sheet in a lined waste container. Remove gloves from the cuff, inverting the gloves as they are removed. Discard. Wash hands and forearms with soapy water.